Hi everyone, it is Kate from the Fold Line. I am back to talk to you about the Sewing Bee. Week 2, very exciting. I really enjoyed it. I will say before I get going, if you haven't seen the episode, go and watch it because there's going to be some spoilers in here. So go watch the episode, then come back and we will pick the perfect patterns for you. Rachel and I put our detective hats on and I think we've got some really good pattern matches. So I'm going to get cracking. Week 2, the theme of week 2 was holiday, so everything had a tropical feel to it. The first thing that they had to make were a pair of Palazzo Pants. They got to pick the fabric as well. They wanted perfect pattern matching down the centre front. I thought it was quite I actually thought last week's tasks were harder than this week. But yeah, the Palazzo Pant is a nice one. So it was a very simple cut, wide-legged. It didn't actually have a waistband, which I personally really don't like in a pair of trousers. But, you know, what can you do? I have got 4 options around. The first one that we've got is the closest to the one that was on the show. And then I've got some other kind of nice wide leg options if you're looking for, if you saw that style and thought, actually, yeah, I'd quite like to do that. So I will start with those and then we will move on to the sort of last challenge, which was men's tropical shirts this week, which I thought was quite an interesting challenge and a challenge for us because I'm much better at searching out women's patterns than men's patterns. So right, I'm going to get started. So the first one we've got to talk to you about for the Palazzo Pants is the Van Loos trousers and top from How to Do Fashion. This comes in sizes, sorry my laptop is here and I will definitely be looking at it, sizes 6 to 22. It's available on the online shop. It comes actually with a really beautiful cowl neck top option, but in terms of the closest cut, this was definitely it. Flat fronted, darts at the back. This pattern doesn't have pockets, so the zip is in the side seam. I will say, did anyone else think that putting the zip in the centre back is a bit weird? It's not very comfortable. In terms of construction, I don't think I would do that, but anyway, what do I know? Yeah, so I thought this one was probably the closest. Nice, simple, big, wide-legged, big, wide legs. The next pattern I've got, which I thought you might like as well, is the Nina Lee Portobello trousers. This comes in sizes 6 to 20. You can see from here, the main difference is it has a waistband, which I think is better. You've got pleats at the front, it's got pockets in the side seam, and again, the nice wide leg trouser. I think this would be a really nice pair of trousers if you haven't made many bottoms before. I think it's a good option. If you wanted to go really big in terms of wide leggedness, the Samara trousers from Itch to Stitch might be a really nice option. These again, flat fronted, waistband, zip in the side seam, little darts at the back, but it's got these panels in it to add basically extra fabric, and you can see from the picture they are really big wide leg trousers, and I thought these could be a fun option because they're quite elegant. I guess the only thing, I wonder whether you trip over in those. I think I would. Yeah, I don't know, maybe not. Sorry, excuse me. But I thought, yeah, these would be a really nice another option. And last but not least, which I think is my favourite of them, is the Jenny trousers and overall from Closet Case Patterns. Just looking at the sort of trouser version of this, it's got a waistband, pockets, it's got kind of pockets, there's a little button on the waistband, it's got darts at the back, nice wide leg. I think this is a really beautiful pattern, and the other nice thing about it is that if you like a dungaree set as well, then you get two for the price of one. So this could be a really good option if you're looking for a pair of wide leg trousers. So that was the first challenge. I thought they all did really well. I did think it was really odd that they all wanted to, about the, you know, doing the contrast pocket linings. It's interesting watching it. I don't know about you, but I would always play safe. Like, I would know that I don't want to like mix the boat up, especially on the technical challenge, but you know, that's why I'm not on it, because I would be too scared. But yeah, I thought they all did a really good job, and they didn't actually have that long to do it, so you know, kudos to them. So the next challenge was the upcycling challenge. They got given toweling and sarongs, and they had to create something to wear, basically a beach cover up that you could then wear to the bar afterwards. And yeah, there were some quite wacky designs, but they all did a really good job. So the last challenge, which is where they get to pick the pattern and they have a theme, and the theme this week was men's tropical shirts. So this was quite good for me because I am definitely much better at women's patterns than men's, so it was quite a nice challenge. A couple of these patterns I've put two people together because they are quite, all of them to be honest are quite similar, so if there are two that were really close, I ended up just kind of pairing them together. So let's get started. Right, the first pattern I've got to talk to you about was Matt's Ode to Frida holiday shirt. This was I loved the print for this, and I'm pretty sure it's an Alexander Henry fabric called Frida's Garden. If you saw it and thought I really love it, I think Fabrics Galore have it. And it comes in a black version as well, which I've been looking at for ages. Anyway, getting distracted. This pattern, I think I got pretty close actually. So the pattern that I found is the Quick Sew 3484. I'm going to say now, guys, that you're going to have to look past the photography on these pattern covers. Ooh, look at this poor guy in this shirt. I mean, he doesn't look like he's having a good time, does he? Well, actually, no, he does. He's paid to look like he's having a good time. But I thought in terms of the line drawing, this was very close. It had that sort of 50s feel, slightly boxy, the relaxed collar. So a lot of these tropical shirts, they're cut slightly differently, so it's easier to construct because the collar doesn't have a stand and a fall. It just has a fall which is sort of built in with the facing. So yes, I thought that was pretty close for Matt's version. Next up, again, this is where I banded two people's together. So we have Fiona's 1950s holiday shirt and Ali's festival holiday shirt. I banded these two together because they both have raglan sleeves, and I'm pretty sure I couldn't find more than one pattern with raglan sleeves. Looking at the two line drawings together, which I'm legally not allowed to show you, I'm really sorry. I would if I could, but I can't. I'm pretty sure they use the same pattern. I could be wrong, but it looks very, very similar. So this is a vintage pattern. There are some kicking around on eBay and Etsy, so if you see it and love it and want it, you can still pick it up. It's a Simplicity 8659. I love it. I just love the artwork for this. It's amazing. It's so 50s. You can imagine them in like a sort of Dirty Dancing style holiday camp wearing these outfits, you know, to go and get a cocktail. I think in terms of the cut, really similar. It's got the raglan sleeve, turned up. Turn up. It's got a turn up on the sleeve, and yeah, I think that was pretty spot on in terms of the pattern. So next we have got Teresa's Parrot fashion holiday shirt. I found the New Look 6197. I'm pretty sure this was hers. There are a couple where they flashed the pattern number this week. This is a really lovely pattern actually, and I love the fact that it's unisex. So the women's one comes with darts, bust darts, and the men's one comes without. But in terms of the cut, it's really similar. The thing that made me think it was this one is that it has this seam line along here, which Teresa's had, and little patch pockets. So I was pretty pleased with that, and I have to say now, looking at this, I think Hazel might have used the same pattern as well, so I'm going to band in Teresa and Hazel with the same shirt. sorry, I'm getting very confused because they're all quite similar. So the next one I have to talk to you about, which I was really excited about, is Peter's Contemporary Holiday Shirt. The reason that I'm really excited is because this was the only indie pattern out of all of them, I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping as the weeks go on there are going to be a few more indies in there because I feel like they should be represented. But this one was flashed up on the screen, so I know this is right. So this is the men's Negroni shirt from Colette. He definitely did some alterations to get it to feel more holiday-ish, but yeah, this one is definitely an exact match, and I thought he did a really lovely job with this. So next we have got Lizzie's Quake holiday shirt. And the pattern that I found for this is the McCall 6932. Sorry, I'm very on my laptop at the moment. It's got double patch pockets on the chest. It just looked exactly like this pattern, so I'm pretty sure that that's it. The only thing that made me question it was that looks like there's another the shoulder seams further forward on the McCall's one, but you know, it's pretty close. So this would be a really nice option. I like also this one's another unisex one, so you can make one for you and for your partner, which is nice, or your dad or your brother or whoever else. So yes, I was quite pleased with that one. So next we have got Mark's Tropical Holiday shirt. Again, this is quite similar to the others, but I'm just looking at the shape and the cut, I'm pretty sure that this is it. So I was quite pleased. Did I say Mark? I mean Alex. Did I say Alex? No, Mark. Sorry, this is what I mean. So this is Mark's Tropical Holiday shirt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was spot on. It's got all the features, double patch pockets at the front, the relaxed collar, short sleeves, all the things that you'd expect. And this is actually, apparently you can make this in 3 hours according to Simplicity, so that's quite the challenge, isn't it? But yeah, this is quite a nice pattern actually, and it comes with a little boy's one as well, so you get quite a lot of bang for your buck. Right, sorry about the confusion. So the last two I banded together, and it's Claire's Peruvian holiday shirt and Alex's Chesterfield. Oh, I love the titles. Chesterfield holiday shirt. I chose the McCall's 6613. For this one, I'm pretty sure that this is right. It's pretty close. It's got the seams at the front. It's I'm pretty sure that their pattern had a proper stand on it and fall, which this pattern does. So I hope that that's a kind of good option. I think that's pretty close. I have to say, looking at them all, that I mean there isn't a lot in it. They're all very similar patterns, but I thought this was a nice overview of holiday men's shirts if you're interested. The only one that I really struggled with, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, is Nicole's shirt jack holiday. So she created, it was quite very similar in terms of the cut. The thing that was really lovely about it is that she had two panels of pin tucks that went right from the shoulder seam all the way down to the hem, and it was based on a shirt that her father used to wear, and I think she's from Trinidad, so yeah, it was really beautiful. I love the detail in it. I thought it was really interesting, and I've never seen that on a shirt before. And the other lovely thing that she did is the two patch pockets on the chest. She had little pin tucks kind of going along this way, so there were pin tucks going down, and then there was that little detail on the pockets, which I thought was really nice, and amazing that she managed to do that, because there were sort of 6 or 7 lines of them, which looked beautiful. So I'd love to know if anyone, I'm not sure whether she used a standard pattern and hacked it herself or whether she had a particular pattern, so it would be interesting to know, and I'd love to hear anyone's thoughts on this. So I hope that was good. I feel like it was almost a bit harder for us because everything was quite similar when you're doing a men's shirt, so there isn't a huge amount of variation, but I hope if you want to make a tropical men's shirt, this is a good little kind of overview of what there is available. And yes, I was really sad to see Alex go, but I don't know about you, I was like very bold to use a viscose jersey. As soon as he got it out and said it was a viscose jersey, I kind of went like this. And yeah, I mean, it was tough and also quite a bold move. But yeah, I think it was sad he had to go. Yeah, it was sad. It's sad every week when someone goes. I don't like it, but you know, that is the game. Anyway, so that is this week's version of Sewing Bee pattern picks. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will be back next week with next week one. I think it's children's next week, which will also be quite a challenge. So for me and Rachel hunting out the patterns. Yeah, so have a lovely week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.